Seriously, I really, really like owls, and this is a good old owl Pokemon, and I'm gonna kill and capture it, and I'm gonna tell you guys how to do that real easy too. Hello, my fellow Pokemon trainers! Welcome one, welcome all! It's that beautiful time when we start gearing up to the next 7-star Mighty Tera Raid by pre-preparing as best we can with the best Pokemon to counter the most likely moveset we'll be facing. And so far, that has proved pretty damn effective. So, what are we up against this time around? Well, if you don't know, we have had the next 7-star Mighty Tera Raid announced, and it is Decidueye, who is, of course, our Grass Ghost starter from Alola. Now, it has the flying Terra type, which I guess makes sense given it's a bird, but it also is quite a unthreatening and easy to counter combination of moves and Terra types, so I'm hoping that we're not going to get some random Mighty Pikachu Terra Shield shenanigans trickery, and it's more akin to, you know, the Charizard, Cinderace, Greninjas of the world. But in any case, let's dive a little bit deeper. I'm sure this will be a hoot. So, Decidueye does have fairly balanced offenses, however, it's got more attack and its physical move pool is much more dangerous than its special, and I can't see a world in which they don't make this guy a physical attacker. But that said, our counter will be fine too if it's special, but that's my take on it. It'll probably have long reach, its hidden ability, which doesn't really change too much. I guess we can't use like static to counter it, but that's not really a huge issue either. So when we actually look at the moves we'll be faced with, of course we're going to get a Ghost move, a Grass move, and a Flying move. One for the Terra type and one for its base 2 types. With that in mind, I mean, it's easy. It's going to be Leaf Blade for the Grass, it's going to be its signature move of Spirit Shackle for the Ghost, and more than likely then it will be Brave Bird for the Flying. The recoil doesn't really matter to the massive health pool of a 7-star, and there really isn't a better one to use for flying unless they're going to bust out like Aerial Ace, but that's got quite low power. In any case then, what remains is the 4th move. This will almost certainly be either Dark or Fighting to catch people out with some coverage. That said, fighting-wise, it'll be Low Sweep or Low Kick, which aren't the most potent moves, so I am leaning towards Dark here in something like a Sucker Punch to catch people out. In any case then, bonus-wise, we might be looking at Tailwind, so it's pretty much always going to be faster. We might be looking at some Swords Dancing, a free one at the start and as we go along so it can start hitting really hard. Maybe even a Grassy Terrain to counter the electric terrains that we might end up bringing. But there's nothing that's like, oh my god, if it does that, we're ruined here. There's nothing too tricksy from it to choose from, and most importantly of all, ladies and gentlemen, what Decidueye does not have access to is any ground moves whatsoever, which means, yeah, electric types are the king here for, well, that very reason. And electric resists flying, of course, so if Brave Bird is the flying choice, that'll be its most potent move, especially given the Terra type stab, so that's really handy as well. With all that in mind then, when the world needed him most, there was but one hero to answer this call. Fear him, for he is Bellibolt! Oh yes, it's finally time for Mr. Bolt to shine, and I'm so happy that he seems to be, at least in my humble opinion, the choice for this, and it's wonderful. So, of course, grab yourself one, and, well, let's get to work on setting him up. Why him? He has really decent offenses, 103 base special attacks, not insane, but it's above the 100 mark, so that's solid. He also has really good HP and really good special defense. He's very bulky for what he is, and honestly, he's a fantastic, well-balanced, pure electric type. He also has access to both a ability and a move pool that really, in my view, will crush this Tera Raid. The ability, of course, being Electromorphosis, which essentially coupled with his low speed and Decidueye's high speed, you'll always be going second, which means this will always activate, and it basically doubles the power of your electric move following being hit, which is obviously massive. Then we have one particular ability, Parabolic Charge, that very few Pokemon can learn. It's like 3 of them, and Bellibolt is one of them. In order to give Bellibolt this move, we need to get a and that can be grabbed from around this area here, fairly easy enough, and then we're going to have to use the Mirror Herb to transfer it across to Bellibolt as it's an egg move. Simple to do, simply give Bellibolt the Mirror Herb, make sure he has an empty move slot, and then open up a picnic, and as soon as the Pokemon come out, you can put them away again, and lo and behold, we now have Parabolic Charge on Bellibolt. What this does then is a 65 power electric move, which remember is getting double damaged from Electromorphosis, that then heals you for half, so the Drain Punch of electric, and that means that you're just never going to die ever, because not only will it actually do a crushing amount of damage to Decidueye, it will fully heal you every time. So that's lovely. The rest of the moveset then is fairly straightforward. We have Acid Spray to -6. The Decidueye's special defense, even through Terra Shield, which I think is important after what they pulled with Pikachu. And then we also pop on Electric Terrain, which he learns naturally. The Acid Spray is, of course, from ATM. And this will give us plus 50% damage on our electric moves. So that's just nice to have as an extra, as Bellibolt cannot really boost himself past his innate ability. And then for the final move, I've gone for Thunderbolt just to have a stronger option if we don't need to Parabolic Charge heal. But that said, if Decidueye proves to be a little bit too powerful, then we can replace Thunderbolt with Reflect to half the physical damage we're taking, and then just use Parabolic Charge as our way to kill it while also constantly healing up, as it has 20 uses, which is more than enough, and it's more than strong enough coupled with Electric Terrain and Electromorphosis. So we have options here, which is really nice too, depending on how they actually set up Decidueye. And of course, if he somehow is a special attacker, well then Reflect just becomes Light Screen, and the process is exactly the same. Past that, it's your usual. We're going to give him leftovers for that extra little tick of health, as it is nice to have, especially while we're acid praying, while we're setting up, powered by the bulk of Bellibolt. And then we're going to max out the EVs in special attack and health, making him very potent. And then, of course, the IVs in everything but attack. We want to make sure the ability is, of course, Electromorphosis. You might need to use an ability capsule if you get one that isn't. And then nature-wise, of course, we want that modest for special attack up and attack down. Past that then, there's not really much to do, and if you need proof of just how potent this gets, well, I mean, you might well have seen it earlier, but like, this is Walking Wake. So yeah, the potentially sky high here, and I don't think we can really do much better than this combination of offenses, bulk, and a bag of tricks to get through anything Decidueye might be throwing at us, and I for one am very excited to test our Belly Boy against him. Alright then guys, there's not much else to say here, so I very much hope you found this helpful in your preparation for our next 7-star Mighty, and until we meet again, consider supporting the future of this channel on Patreon down below. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more, and I will pokey see you soon. Goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.